Hi everyone, I'm Andrea and this is Knowing Yoga. Thanks for joining me on the mat today. In today's sequence, we are going to focus on energizing and awakening the body, the mind, the spirit. It's a great practice for morning or any time of day when you want to energize or have a pick-me-up. So we're going to start today's practice with grounding through the senses so we can really come into the moment and be on the mat. Then we're going to move through into our pranayama and then sequence and end with a guided meditation. So let's start by coming into the present moment, getting out of our thoughts, out of our worries, out of our head, and really just be present. And so when we ground through the breath or the senses, we're able to do that. So let's look around the space you're in and find 5 things you can see, just observing and describing them to yourself. Good. And remember, we're not judging ourselves or our experience, we're just being present. So now let's look around and touch 4 things, noticing sensation, texture, temperature, pliability, without judgment. Good. And if you like, you can draw your eye gaze down to the floor or close your eyes as we try and identify 3 sounds you can hear either inside or outside your space. And then noticing any smells or tastes. Just noting, observing, describing. All right, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes, bring your eye gaze up. Then we're going to move into our pranayama, our breathing technique for today. We're going to practice ujjayi breath. So I know some of you have heard of it and you know it well, and others have really no idea how to do it, but they know what it sounds like. So I'll give you just a little intro, then we'll practice together. So ujjayi breathing is a way to focus our attention on the breath by constricting the airway, and in doing that, it calms our mind, it gives us something to focus on, it naturally lengthens our breath, and it creates heat and energy in the body, which is what we're trying to do today. So, in order to do ujjayi, what we're going to start with is putting our hand in front of our mouth, and we're going to take a deep inhale in, and then on the exhale, we're going to make an ha sound with the mouth open. So let's inhale in. Good. And now we're going to do the same exact thing, but when we make the ha sound, we're going to leave the mouth closed. So let's try that together. Inhale. Good. Now the next step is, as you feel that constriction and making the ha sound with the lips together, we're going to keep that same constriction and try and make the ha sound on the inhale. So let's practice together just with a regular inhale. Then exhale with constriction. Inhale with that same noise. Good. All right, so let's just quiet the minds. Let's focus on the breathing and try that for a few breaths. All right, at your own pace, whenever you're ready. Awesome. All right, so now you can let your breathing return to normal. And as we move through today's sequence, if ever you want to create some more heat, you can go back to that Ujjayi breath in a posture even. So, all right, let's begin our sequence. We are going to move our blanket out of the way if you have some. And then if you're at home and you have some blocks or a strap, get those ready. If you have a blanket, we're going to need that for under the knees if ever your knees are achy. And then for Shavasana, if you want to cover with a blanket or you want to rest your head on a blanket, we're going to do that too. All right, so we are going to come into cat-cow pose to start with. So wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then extending the spine long on the inhale. Exhale, rooting the fingertips down into the earth, lifting the palms a little bit like you're creating a cup, taking the weight out of the wrists, pressing the tops of the feet down into the floor. So cat-cow really has a lot of benefit in that it stretches the front side of the body and it kind of gives our belly organs a little massage too. So let's start with that, broadening the shoulder blades and the collarbones. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone. Exhale, rounding like a cat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more, maybe with the Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Inhale, back to center. We're going to walk the hands forward a little bit or scoot the knees back, coming into a supported plank variation. So wrists under the shoulders. Let's press the feet and the shins into the ground, engaging the belly. And then we're going to squeeze the elbows into our sides and lower down all the way to the floor. And then from here, let's bring the fingertips under the shoulders, squeezing the elbows in, isometrically pulling the heels of the hands towards the hips. And then we're going to move with the breath to cobra on the inhale and exhale. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Really strengthening the lower back there. And then we're going to bring the left arm in front of us and then bending up the right leg and reach around, grabbing the outside edge of the right foot just underneath the toe line, coming into a quad stretch. This is a great place for a strap. If you can't quite reach your leg, roll over, put a strap around your ankle, and then extend your hand straight, your arm straight, and then you can begin to pull inward. So we're just kind of relaxing here, melting into the earth a little bit, stretching the quads, and then slowly with control, releasing. Switching hands, bending up the left leg, grabbing from the outside of the left foot, and then gently pulling to your edge, listening to your body always. If you feel pain, back out of it. Good, and slowly with control, we're going to release that and then press all the way back into a child's pose. Resting here, and remember, if you want to place a blanket between your hips and heels, you can do that. You want your forehead grounded in this posture, so bring the forehead to a block or all the way to the floor. Breathing deeply into the sides of the ribcage. You can try that Ujjayi breath here as well. Awesome. Lifting back up into our tabletop position. We're going to tuck the toes under, walk the hands forward a few inches, and get ready to come into our first down dog of the day. So if you want to skip down dog, slowly walk to the top of the mat, do a forward fold, hang out there, or meet us in mountain pose. So on an exhale, pressing into the hands, lifting the hips up high, pulling out of the shoulders, lifting out of the shoulders. You can have some movement here. Walk your dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Whatever's feeling good here. Really taking some time to warm up. Sense where your body's at today and take care of it. Inhale, we're going to look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or walk or hop forward to forward fold. Relaxing here, hanging like a rag doll. Let's bend the knees, protect the lower back. Just rock side to side. Deep exhale if you like. Then we're going to come up, inhaling to a halfway lift. Straightening the back. Exhale, lower down, and then root down with the feet into the earth. Find the four corners of your feet. Big toe, little toe, back two corners of the heels. Engage the belly, plant the feet down. Inhale, up with the flat back. Exhale, hands to heart center. So when you're lifting up, hands can come to hips, or you can reverse swan dive up, whatever feels good here. All right, let's find our mountain posture. Zip up the legs together and just kind of plant down the four corners of the feet. Roll the shoulders back and down, palms open. Awesome. From here, we're going to do some ujjayi breath with movement in the arms. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower. Hands to heart center. Hands engaged, pressing towards each other. Inhale up. Belly pulls in, legs engaged. Exhale, lower. Arms engaged as well. Inhale up. Exhale. Good. And then let's turn to the side again if you face forward. And let's do a little sun salute. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down with a flat back, forward fold. Releasing negativity, tension, letting it fall out onto the floor. All right, let's engage the belly, root down through the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower down. And then we're going to step the feet back into a full plank or knee down plank. So from here, we're going to engage the belly and then isometrically pull the feet and the hands towards each other. You can feel the belly fire up there. And then pressing out through the heels, broadening the shoulders. Just creating some heat here. Good. Then we're going to inhale, push forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up to cobra or up dog. And then exhaling to tabletop and child's pose or to down dog, whatever feels good for you. Let's take some deep breaths here. Maybe find a little stillness in this down dog. Awesome, and when you're ready, keeping the hips level and square, lift up the right leg, pointing the toes, and then exhale, pull the knee towards the nose, step through the hands, coming into a runner's lunge here. So planting down through the right foot, maybe coming up onto the fingertips or onto blocks at whatever level is working for you. So pressing out through the left heel, let's engage the belly, pull the inner thighs isometrically towards the inner part of the body. Inhale up into crescent lunge. Take a couple of breaths here. Keeping that right knee in line or behind the right ankle. Exhale, lower. And then let's lower that left knee all the way to the ground. Deepening that stretch in the hip flexor. So you can leave your blocks or you can take them away, whatever feels good to you. All right, so from here, we're gonna shift the hips back, still squared up at the front of the mat. Walk the hands back, coming into a nice hamstring stretch. If that right hip has risen up, let's lower it back down. Flexing the right toes towards the face. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lowering down, rounding over. Good. Let's walk the hands back up to our lunge. And then if your blocks are on the lowest level, or if you have your hands on the floor, you can proceed with this. If not, you can go into a child's pose and then meet us back for the other side. So from right here, we're gonna tuck the left toes under, coming back up into our runner's lunge. Plant the hands on the earth, and then let's heel toe that right foot out to the outer edge of the right hand. And from here, you can stay lifted in the hips, or again, you can lower down to the left knee. And we're gonna come into our lizard pose. So these right toes can be pointed at a 45. They can be pointed straight ahead, whatever's feeling better to you here. And you can stay right here. You're in the posture. If you want to deepen the posture, begin to lower down to the elbows. So from here, you're going to broaden the shoulders, pull the shoulders down the back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. You can bring elbows or forearms to the blocks if that feels good. And then slowly lifting back up. Now from here, we're gonna do a funky little twisted lizard variation. So tuck those left toes under, lift the left leg up if it was down, and then slowly shifting the weight into the left hand, really firming those left fingertips into the earth. Upper rotation, external rotation of the upper arm, and then slowly roll on to the outer edge of each foot, reaching up into the air with the right arm, lifting the right hip towards the ceiling. Good. Couple of deep breaths here, energizing for the day, and then slowly release, coming back into our lizard posture. Heel toe that right foot back to the inside, and then from here, we're going to step back into our down dog and just rest for a second. Come walk your dog out if that feels good. Awesome. All right, so from here, tailbones lifted, hips are square. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping through, coming into our runner's lunge. All right. Inhaling and exhaling here, creating some length in the spine on the inhales. Bring your blocks in if you like. Plant, root the left foot down into the earth, four corners of the feet, planting down, belly engaged. We're pressing out through the right heel, and then inhale up into our crescent lunge. You can bring hands together, they can be apart, whatever feels good. Check in with that left knee, keeping it safe. Feel the heat, exhaling, lower down, back into that runner's lunge. And then right knee drops to the floor. You can keep your blocks, pull them to the side, whatever feels good. Sinking in to the left hip and the right hip. And then slowly walking the hands back, coming into a hamstring stretch on the left side. Inhale, lengthening in the spine. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. And then coming back into our lunge. Tuck the right toes under. And then lift the right knee up. Shift the weight into the right hand. Plugging the right fingertips into the ground. External rotation. So elbow crease facing forward here. And then beginning to heel toe that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Left hand comes back underneath the left shoulder. Stretching it out here. Staying lifted or beginning to drop down to the right knee. And then bring in your blocks if you like. If not, you can go straight down to the floor. You can stay here or you can lower down and lizard to the forearms. Inhale, lengthening in the spine. Exhaling, releasing tension. Good. And then from here, slowly lifting back up. Leave your blocks or put them out of the way. We're going to do our funky twisted lizard. If you want to give it a shot, let's go. If not, meet us back in child's pose or down dog. All right, tuck the right toes under. Come on up into lizard and then shifting the weight into the right fingertips. Begin to come onto the outer edge of each foot. Reaching up with the left hand, lift the left foot higher. Couple of breaths here. Awesome. Exhaling, lower down. Heel tip that left foot back in to the inner side of the left hand. Engage the belly, plant the hands, and then exhale, down dog. Taking some deep breaths here. You can return to Ujjayi breath here too, if that feels good. And now we're going to shift forward into plank pose. So again, firing up the core, firing up the belly, and then external rotation of the upper arms, planting the fingertips into the earth, and then shifting forward, exhale, lowering all the way down to the ground, coming down. Awesome. And from here, we're going to do floor bow. So if you like a strap, grab your strap, roll over, wrap it around both ankles. If you don't need a strap, that's okay. We're just gonna do it. All right. So let's bend the left leg up or the right leg first. Reach back. Grab the outer edge of the foot. The pinky is just below the toe line. And then we're going to reach back, bending the other leg, grabbing the other foot. Knees are hip width distance. We want to keep them safe by keeping them hip width distance. All right. Pulling the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. On your next exhale, begin to kick the feet into the hands. Lifting thighs away from the earth and feet away from the buttocks. Softening the back, tailbone coming towards the floor, rolling onto the soft part of your belly. And breathing into the back torso. Exhaling slowly with control, releasing the legs. Staying here for a moment, feeling those benefits. Posture is awesome for lots of things. Constipation, one of them. Strengthening the back. Backache is good. All right, so when you're ready, pressing back into a child's pose. Coming back to your deep breath. It's such a great heart opening posture. It really allows joy to come out. Creates energy, opens the heart. Awesome, and when you're ready, come back into our table dog. Tuck the toes, walk the hands forward, and then exhaling back into down dog. Pressing into the fingertips, isometrically pulling the legs apart from each other. Deep breathing, belly is engaged, hips are high. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, hop, step, or walk to the front of your mat, coming into another forward fold. Good, rooting down into the earth. Belly pulls in, either hands to hips or swan dive, reverse the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna do another sun salute. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Walking the feet back into your plank pose. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Awesome. All right. Again, let's plant down the tips of the fingers. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Exhale, stepping forward in between the hands. And that move gets easier over time as you engage the belly, pull it up. But in the meantime, you can just wiggle your way up there as best you can. All right, so bending the right knee over the right ankle. Let's rotate that left foot out to a 90-degree angle. We're gonna engage the belly and roll up into warrior two here. So, finding our warrior, our strength. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale back into our peaceful warrior. And then coming back into warrior two. Then moving to extended strap triangle. Reach, reach, reach for the wall in front of you. And then just tilt the arms to perpendicular. So trying to create that straight line between the left armpit and the left ankle. Inhaling, exhaling. Checking in with our knee, making sure it's in line or behind the ankle. Then inhale back to warrior two. Straighten the leg. Inhale the arms out. Now we're coming into triangle, so we're going to send the left hip back towards the left side of the room and reach with the right hand towards the right side of the room. Bring the arm down towards the floor. You can bring a block in if that feels good at whatever level. And then left arm towards the ceiling. Engage the legs. Inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, twisting up to gaze at the ceiling. Awesome. And from here, we're going to rotate back down into a runner's lunge and step back into down dog. for a couple of breaths. Awesome. All right, from here, lifting the left leg. Exhale, engage the belly, knee to nose, stepping it through. Coming into your lunge. Deep breath. Rotate the right foot out to a 90-degree angle. Windmill the arms up. And here we are in Warrior Two. Feeling our strength, our energy, our power. Couple of breaths here. I gaze over the middle finger. Inhale back into our peaceful warrior. Inhale back to Warrior Two, and then two extended triangle, reaching for the wall in front of you, and then moving the arms to perpendicular, finding that straight line between the right armpit and the right ankle. You can keep the elbow on the upper thigh, whatever feels good for you here. Inhale to Warrior Two. Straighten the leg, engage the legs, pull in the belly, arms out, and then shift the right hips back towards the back of the room. Inhaling, lengthening towards the front wall, and then just move the arms here. Again, bring the block in if that feels good. Rooting down through the feet. Extending through the crown of the head. And exhale, bending the left knee, coming down to our lunge, and then back into our down dog. For a couple more breaths, feeling the energy, feeling the heat, awakening the body, the mind. Awesome. From here, we're going to walk forward into our forward fold of your choice. Just keep a bend in the knees. Lengthening through the back, exhaling fully. Now rooting down through the feet, hands to hips, belly engaged, shoulders down and shoulder blades pulling back. Inhale up. Flat back. Exhale, lower. Deep breaths here. Awesome. All right, let's go back down one more time with the sun salute. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower, stepping back into your plank. And from here, we're going to go shifting forward. Exhale, lowering the body, elbows to the sides. Inhale. Exhale. Doing whatever variation of sun salutation feels good for you. Taking some deep breaths. All right, and from here, we're going to come back into our plank pose. Engaging the belly. Can lower down to the knees if that feels good. And we're going to come into our forearm plank. So elbows right underneath the shoulders where the wrists were. And you can stay in a knee down plank pose, or you can come on up into the full posture. Breathing deeply here. We're pressing out through the heels. Our shoulders are broad and our belly's engaged. We're going to shift the weight onto the outside of the right foot. Bring your left hand to the left hip, and then eye gaze wherever feels comfortable for you. Bring the shoulder, the bottom shoulder down the back, tucking it into the back ribs. Lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly lowering. Come down to the knees for a breath. Realign. Get those elbows back underneath the shoulders. And then from here, re-engage. Awesome. Coming onto the outer edge of the left foot. Right hand to right hip. And then bringing the right hand up to the ceiling. Bring that left shoulder down the back. Tucking it into the back ribs. Lifting the bottom chest higher. Exhale slowly. Coming back into our child's pose. And this time, let's bring the hands all the way to the feet if that feels comfortable. Rounding here. Exhaling. Long and slow. Good. Pulling the inner thighs towards each other isometrically, engaging the belly, rounding up one vertebrae at a time. Awesome job. All right, let's roll over onto our backs and lower down, bringing the knees into the chest if that feels good. And rocking side to side. Giving that lower back a little massage. Awesome. And then from here, giving a full body stretch. Toes pointed, arms up high. Reaching, stretching. Awesome. From here, you can use the arms to sit up, or you can do a full sit up, engage the belly. Flex the feet towards your face, quads are engaged. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, rolling up, all the way forward, coming into our forward fold. You can bend the knees if you want to protect the lower back. Just hanging out here. And slowly pulling the belly in, rounding up, stacking one vertebrae at a time on top of the one before. Good. Let's do a bound ankle pose. So let's bring the soles of the feet together and then the tops of the hands to the tops of the feet. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and bring some blankets in or blocks underneath the legs if that feels good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bending the elbows, rounding forward. Soothing the nervous system here, reducing anxiety and stress, calming the fluctuations of the mind. And again, inhale, engage the belly. Round up. Awesome. And then set the feet out straight in front of you. Can do another little forward fold. And then use the hands and arms to lower down, coming into a shavasana here. So, getting comfortable, you can bring that bolster in underneath your knees if you like. Tuck the shoulders in underneath the back. Palms up, heels towards each other till toes flop out. And just relaxing here for a couple of minutes. Sealing in the hard work that you're body just did. Feeling the energy in your body. Sinking into the earth, finding a complete restful state here. And when you're ready, rolling over onto the side of your choice, staying for a moment, realigning the spine, the energy points in the body. And then when you're ready, using the arms and hands to push up to a seated position, you can come onto a blanket to keep the hips a little higher than the knees, if that feels good. We're going to do a short guided meditation here, focusing on the breath, grounding in the moment through the breath. So we do all the physical postures to prepare us to sit still and to be in the moment, to meditate. So if you like, close your eyes or just draw your eye gaze down. And begin to become aware of the inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Noticing the temperature of the air on the inhale, and the temperature of the air on the exhale. And then bringing our awareness to the sensations in the belly and the chest with each inhale and exhale. And if the mind wanders, that's okay. Acknowledge where it went. You can go back to that anytime, but gently bring yourself back to the breath right now in this moment. Anchoring to the moment in the breath. And just scanning the body, noticing any neutral sensations, any positive sensations, like warmth or swirliness, any negative sensations, like pain or tension, or just uneasiness. And if you have noticed pain or tension, inhale into that body part that's experiencing the tension. Exhaling the tension and stress out of the body. And returning to the breath. If you find your mind wandering or you're distracted by sounds or sensations, come back to the breath. following the movements in the belly and chest with each inhale and exhale. And now becoming aware of any sensations of energy in the body that this practice may have stirred up. Just observing it, accepting it, allowing it. Now we bring awareness to where our body is being supported by the earth, the points of contact between the body and the earth. Maybe noticing sounds around us, the temperature of the air and the skin. You can wiggle your toes and fingers. And when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes, coming back into the space you're in. We're going to end our practice with a quote and then one more breath all together. So our quote today, a kind of light spread out from her and everything changed color and the world opened out and a day was good to awake to. And there were no limits to anything. And the people of the world were good and handsome. And I was not afraid anymore. John Steinbeck in East of Eden. Thank you for awakening your body, your mind, your spirit with me this morning, or whatever time of day it is for you. I appreciate you sharing that time and space with me. Let's seal in all of our good, positive energy together, taking in one more deep breath, hands out to the side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome job. The light in me acknowledges and salutes the light in each of you. Namaste.